What's up, everybody? My name's Big Cam and the countdown continues to Avengers Doomsday. So we are back for another teaser trailer reaction breakdown for the Thor Avengers Doomsday trailer, which had been rumored and going around all last week. And if you saw Avatar Fire and Ash last week, you probably saw it in theaters, where I saw Avatar and Fire and Ash week 1. So the trailer I saw in theaters was the Captain America one. So now they've released a Captain America one and a Thor one. Thor was on the chair announcement earlier in the year, so we knew Chris Hemsworth was going to be in this film, so it's not as groundbreaking a, trailer as confirming Chris Evans' Captain America to be back for this movie, although Hollywood Reporter had confirmed that he was back a long time ago. But, these trailers are being very interesting, and apparently next week's trailer is the X-Men trailer, which I had originally thought it was going to be the Doctor Doom one. So next week is apparently the X-Men trailer, and then the fourth week might be the actual full first trailer with Doctor Doom in it, and it might be like showing Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom for the first time, maybe with a scarred face. That might be sick. But from the leaked X-Men teaser trailer for next week, that looks incredible as well, but we'll talk maybe about that by the end of this video. And this will be the 11th time that Chris Hemsworth has suited up as Thor, the first time being back in Thor 1, then Avengers, Thor 2, Age of Ultron, Doctor Strange 1, Thor Ragnarok, Avengers Infinity War, Endgame, What If, he appeared as the character as well, Thor Love and Thunder for Thor 4, and now Avengers Doomsday. And my buddy Langone immediately texted me, if they fucking kill Thor, I will be pissed. And I don't think they will kill Thor, and if they want to, they could, but I don't think they would. I think there's still maybe a Thor 5 in the works after Love and Thunder with that Hercules, so I don't know, maybe that will pan out in Avengers Doomsday, but I have a feeling it might be more like a Thor 5 coming either after Avengers Doomsday, in between Secret Wars, or maybe after both of those Avengers films. But I don't think Chris Hemsworth's Thor is going anywhere, but hey, this trailer does not help my case at all. Let's jump right on into this trailer and see what this is looking like, and what the fate of Thor might be looking like in Avengers Doomsday.
Father, all my life, I have answered every call to honor, duty, to war. But now fate has given me something I never sought. A child, a life untouched by the storm.
Ooh, splitting this trailer in half here, but it looks like Thor's in the middle of the goddamn woods, which does not look like maybe he's outside of like Norway where like Asgard was set, but that seemed like big grass fields. It didn't seem like a big, heavily forested woods is going to be nearby, but maybe it is. But he seems to be praying to his father, and he's like, I've answered every call to duty, to war, to honor, I've answered all the damn calls. And he's like, seems to have Stormbreaker out in the middle of the woods, and he's like praying to his father, and he's like, listen, I need the strength, not because I'm going into war, but because fate gave me something I was not expecting. And we see his new daughter, which was the daughter of Gore, and her character's name is Love from Thor Love and Thunder, and the character's title of Love in Thor being Thunder. And the actual actress, I believe, is India Hemsworth, friggin' real life Chris Hemsworth's real daughter. So I love that that's still a thing, and that India Hemsworth has been on a Thor set since like Thor 2, so she's been around Thor for a long time as well. So as long as these two are still in the picture, I think Chris Hemsworth will want to stick around. But at the same time, she's like the character Love is the embodiment of eternity. So like, I don't know what's going on with this character and where they could be going. All we can tell for sure is that he's treating her like a daughter, and he's got a shaved head again. He doesn't have his long luscious locks. He's got more of like the Infinity War, Thor Ragnarok short haircut. But on to the final half of this trailer.
Lend me the strength of the old fathers, so that I may fight once more, defeat one more enemy.
Wow. So the countdown clock continues on. 11 months, 17 days left. Whew. Wow. But wow, Thor will return in Avengers Doomsday, but that speech that he's giving here is maybe the most emotional speech we've seen him give. You know what I mean? Like, and I believe it. You know, he's like, give me the strength, Father, from the All-Fathers, and you hear like the thunder crack, so that he can fight once more to defeat one more enemy. Is that Dr. Doom he's talking about? Oh, and he wants to return home not as a warrior, but as warmth for her, is something I never had. Like, oh, to teach her not battle but stillness. Oh, and something he was never taught. Like, oh my goodness, Chris Hemsworth, man, where were you going to grab from the depths for this speech? Like, holy crap. And he's like looking up like, please, Father, hear my words. And he's got both blue eyes back again. They never explained how that happened from like Endgame to Love and Thunder. But hey, his eye's not two different colors anymore. It's blue now. But he still has that scar over one eye from Hela taking that eye, you know what I mean? But he's like looking up saying, Father, hear my words. And he's like praying to his father, which we know Odin has passed. But maybe Odin's in Valhalla with Jane, like that we saw from the end of Love and Thunder. So maybe that's a whole thing too in this. Like, maybe the afterlife is a thing in Doomsday more than we think, you know, or have thought of before, you know, like, I don't know. So maybe characters that have passed will even be around, you know, like Jane, like Valhalla, like Heimdall in Odin, you know, maybe they could still be around to get into the fight if they could in the afterlife. I don't know. But I have a feeling here this shot is either going to be one of two things. He's going to be praying to his father and nothing will happen and no prayer will be heard. Or, like, what if Anthony Hopkins, his father, you know, Odin, pops up behind him or something. He's just like, or maybe sees him like in his memory of his father, like he saw in a previous movie. And he's like, are you Thor, god of hammers? You know, like, it has always been in you, son. The hammer has only been something to help you focus the power and wield it, you know, but the power has never been in the hammer. The power is in you, you know, like, and, you know, maybe it's something like that. Like, maybe his father just comes to give him some words of wisdom so that he can defeat his opponent and carry on the courage and strength that he has. But I don't know, he seems very defeated here even before the fight, it seems. But maybe he just he can't lose, and maybe that's why maybe he will, you know, like maybe he's so, you know, cautious on not dying for love that he ends up dying, you know. I don't know. But Thor, lovely to see Chris Hemsworth back with Stormbreaker in his Thor garb, praying to Odin as the Avengers Doomsday countdown clock continues on. Like, that's absolutely insane. I do love that Love is going to be in this as well, and we're going to have Thor and his daughter back, and like, even though it's Gore the God Butcher's daughter, but it's Chris Hemsworth's real life's daughter. I don't know, it's complicated, but comment below your thoughts. Why did he cut his hair? Just for the, he wanted to be cool during the summer, I guess, but I don't know. Last time we saw him, he had big, long hair, so are they going to explain that, or are they just going to start the movie and his hair is going to be short? Maybe this is an alternate universe Thor, but I doubt it because they show Love, and that was from the last time we seen him. So maybe they're just like, screw it. He cut his hair again. He saw Stan Lee on on Sakaar, and he got another haircut. But I don't know. Comment your thoughts. It's not much. It's only about a minute in change, you know, of footage here, and it's not much footage. But where is he? Where in the woods is he? Where is this house? Because it wasn't the house that we saw them staying in on like a beach at the end of Love and Thunder. So I don't know. And she's also in like a bed, and she doesn't seem to be, you know, maybe in the best of condition. You know, maybe she's, or maybe he's just waking her up in the middle of the night, but I don't know, maybe she's sick or something and he's like trying to protect her. I don't know. I can't wait to find out more about this. And like I was saying, next week's trailer, and it looks like they've been putting out, you know, like they said they were going to do 4 weeks of trailers ahead of Avatar Fire and Ash, and this would be the third week. So if you currently go and see Avatar Fire and Ash, you'll see the X-Men trailer in front of the film, but a week after the trailer has been out already, they're releasing it online. So in about a week from now, the X-Men trailer will be out, and I'll be doing a trailer reaction and breakdown for that on the channel, so stay tuned for that. But I might have to go see Avatar Fire and Ash again myself, just so I can see this trailer in person and not just see the leaks that are all over Twitter, you know? But apparently Cyclops is in there in his comic book accurate suit, and James Marsden finally got to wear the yellow and blue, and he's got like a laser blast going off into the sky or something. I don't know. I haven't seen, I've tried to avoid it, but like I've seen a little bit. But this little fan-made poster here for Cyclops, there is only doom. And of course it's a fan-made poster here as well for Thor, with Thor Will Return. But man, oh man, I can't wait to see Thor all jacked, and I can't wait to see his Doomsday Hot Toys figure and the Doctor Doom Hot Toys figure as well, and as well as all the other figures that will probably come out from that movie. But yeah, I'm hyped, and they only have really shown us 2 minutes of footage, and it hasn't really been anything, you know? Like, and if this is going to be a 3-hour movie, from the 2 minutes of footage that they've shown us 0% of the film. I would almost guarantee it, you know? Like, they're just like, maybe this is their ploy. They're like, hey, you know a bunch of stuff about this, but we won't tell you anything. And then, like, we're going to go directly into theaters in December of next year and not really know anything about this film. You know, like, other than the fact that Captain America's going to be in it, Thor's going to be in it, and Doctor Doom, the Fantastic Four, you know, all those people. Apparently the X-Men will have a big trailer next week. Like, wow. So, insane so far, but also like just the theory of Avengers Doomsday that I was talking about last week. Why is Doctor Doom showing up at the end of Fantastic Four to look at baby Franklin Richards? Why is he showing up, you know, or why is a baby showing up in Captain America's trailer? Like, he's got a new son, so maybe Doctor Doom's after his son and the Fantastic Four's son. And then in the third trailer they show Chris Hemsworth and his daughter. So what is with the kids in this universe, and why does Doctor Doom have anything to do with them, you know? And does he want to steal the children? What is Doctor Doom up to? But I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below, or you can send them to me on my other social medias. Links for those down in the description below. Once again, Big Cam, 2 G's in the Big, pretty much anywhere, and you can find me. Just look for my face. And if you made it this far into the video and you would like to support the channel, the best way of doing that is dropping a like on this video, commenting down in the comment section below, subscribing if you haven't already, and make sure you hit that bell so you don't miss future trailer reactions and you get the notification when that X-Men trailer drops next week and my breakdown video comes out. And I highly appreciate anybody that made it this far into the video. It really means the world to me that you stuck around, and I'll see you gorgeous people in the next video. Peace!